Welcome back. We live again. Championship Ringside is back. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out by supporting. Shout out by showing love. Shout out to shouting out. Blizzard Blaze here, of course. We know what's going on. Happy basketball, everybody. Go and introduce yourself, young man.
It's the bully here once again. About to beat this young man to oblivion. We already know the tactics they gonna try to pull, but sadly ain't gonna work.
We call those facts.
Facts? Nah.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing about facts.
No,
you know nothing about facts.
I'm telling you now. We call it facts.
You know nothing about facts, sir.
I'm spitting them to you right. I'm about to start spitting them to you in a few seconds. Please, everybody who's watching, of course, y'all go out, subscribe, like, share, of course, all that other nonsense people ask y'all to do. Just enjoy yourself and watch. Facebook Championship Ringside, Instagram Championship _Ringside, Twitter at Champ Ringside, email championshipringside@gmail.com. Get on the YouTube channel, like, share, subscribe, TikTok, all other good stuff. You ready to get to these topics?
Let's go.
The Warriors are the champions. Warriors in 6. That's what Blizzard Blaze calls. So of course, I'm looking good. That's how it rolls. And I think that makes 4 and 8 years?
Yeah.
4 and 8 years, 2015 and now. They made 4. They made 6 finals, right? They made 6 finals in 8 years. So I'm officially calling them a dynasty. And I'm officially rank them and say they officially put themselves in the top 3 conversation of dynasties. Of course, you got Jordan Bulls, you got Bill Russell Celtics, but after that, you got Showtime Lakers, but they won how many? 5 and 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 5
and I think Boston was 3. Shaq and Kobe was 2. LeBron and D-Wade was 2. Yeah. These Warriors won 4, made 6 finals. I'm officially putting them in the top 3 conversations of dynasties. Where you stand at on them? How you feel about the Warriors?
No, that's top 3. You wildin'. So I definitely got so dynasties. You're gonna have Bill Russell. So you have the Celtics, then you have the Bulls, and you have the Showtime Lakers. Shaq and Kobe got a 3-peat. So we have Shaq and Kobe with a 3-peat. Then right there, like if we're leaving it as modern basketball, or I won't say leaving it as modern basketball because Bill Russell was before modern basketball, but that's where their name is. So I want to say they're right about 5. They have a conversation. They're having a conversation with the Spurs.
I forgot them.
And the only reason, because I want to say the Spurs got 4 in 8 years. So the only reason why and it's a conversation because the Warriors did miss 2 playoffs, and the Spurs didn't win under 50 games during their tenure, as far as their and they made playoffs every year. So they're the only thing that I kind of give them over, I guess I give the Warriors over them, is the Spurs never repeated. So when it comes down to the dynasty, like,
that's the one.
They the Warriors repeated. Now, and I give Shaq and Kobe over them just because a 3-peat is so hard to come by. Like, we've had 3 legit teams in NBA history. 4 if we go all the way back to the 40s and 50s. So 4 teams in NBA. I'm sorry, that's not even in NBA history. So NBA history, we have 3 teams that actually that had a 3-peat. And as many teams as we thought was going to three-peat, because we thought Miami was going to three-peat, and we thought the Warriors was going to three-peat, they didn't get it done. So, like, I got to give Shaq and Kobe that edge. So they are right around that top 5 conversation. Um, it's probably a little. I'm probably being a little petty by saying like no, they're not in the top three conversation. But yeah, they probably in that top 5 conversation or top 6, whatever is your poison.
Six.
So yeah, I named 6. I thought what it was. I ain't even name Boston.
You didn't even
Um
name the Heat.
yeah, because they won 2. That's not a dynasty.
So you
You
named
won 2.
Showtime, Celtics, Bulls, Shaq, and Kobe. You know, who's the fifth team you named?
Wait, I Showtime, Bulls, Shaq and Kobe.
Bill
Who else I
Russell.
named? Bill
Bill
Russell.
Russell. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. Let me do it. Let me do it in my head again. Because I said they having a conversation with the Spurs. That's what I was saying. So you can pick either one, the Spurs or them. That's what I was saying. You can have that conversation. So some people can pick the Spurs, some people can pick them. That's why I say they're in that top 5 argument or top 5, top 6 argument.
If you want to have that conversation, you can. But I think they actually are. And let's be clear. The dynasty not over yet. They could possibly jump into next year. Though I think Draymond was damn near ready to retire this year, but maybe he'll jump back next year. So they not over it yet. But if we going with like just I'm not trying to pick these teams apart, but okay, Shaq and Kobe they did 3-peat, but let's be honest, nobody had Toronto winning that finals when they had KD. Nobody. And well, they did go to 4 straight, huh? Shaq and Kobe did go to 4 straight, huh? That is actually a because they did lose that Detroit finals. That's why I say arguably top 3. That's why I
No,
arguably
no,
top
I
3.
don't think. No, they didn't go to 4 straight. That was
No, it was 04. It was 04. They
yeah,
lost
it
in
was
03 to
04.
the Spurs. So
Yeah.
yeah, they in that conversation with them, and I think Shaq and Kobe will be number 3. Showtime Lakers. Damn, that's actually a good one too. That's why I said I think they officially made themselves in the conversation. I think everybody can agree that Jordan Bulls and Bill Russell Celtics are the two greatest dynasties we've seen. Like who dominated basketball longer than them guys. But if you go by sheer dominance, yeah, the Warriors got to be in that 3rd spot.
No, because the way that you putting it is, I know the Showtime Lakers did repeat, so they did repeat. Also, um, they they went to 8 finals over the course of that 10-year span. So, like
And that's
when
why,
you add in, yeah, I'm saying once you adding in finals appearances and saying like, well, the Showtime Lakers, they went to 8 finals in that 10-year span. I know Magic went to 9 finals, but that was not, like, Kareem was gone at that time. So, and I don't know if they lost a lot of different pieces, but I know Kareem was gone, and they lost a couple pieces in the 91 finals when Magic had brought them.
yeah, that was the
So
very last year of it.
yeah, so I'm saying
Some people wouldn't even consider that Showtime because Vlade Divac was the center.
right, right. But what I'm saying is, like, that was Magic's ninth finals. So from 1980 to 1990, or 1989, because 1990 they didn't make it. So from 1980 to 1989, they went to 8 finals. So I'm saying, if we're gonna count finals appearances as a dynasty, then they would they would they would supersede Golden State, at least them. So we already have 3. Now you gotta ask, like, is 3 is 4 and 8 years better than 3 and 3 years?
3 and 3.
Yeah, Shaq and Kobe, 3 and 3 years. or 3 and 5 years if we're doing it that. So
again, this is arguable. I'm not. I'm at one point people. This I personally think this is the championship that put them over the hill, that put them in the conversation of dynasties. And I'm just saying that if you put an argument together that they are possibly in the third spot, I think it's more open ears than it was before they won the championship.
right, and I'm just saying that's incorrect because my thing is we have two Lakers dynasties that would supersede them as far as what they did as far as the league. Now the team that's in the fifth slot, or you can say that they can have an argument about that. You can have a legit argument about is the Spurs. Is you can have that legit argument is the Spurs a greater dynasty, the Tim Duncan Spurs. Is the Tim Duncan Spurs?
They better than the Spurs.
I'm saying this the one that you can have a conversation about. That's all I'm saying. This is the one that you can have a conversation
Showtime?
about. No, I'm saying we already have Shaq and Kobe, Showtime.
Why Showtime?
Jordan.
Why they can't have a conversation with Showtime?
Because you have 5 championships in the same amount of time that they did 4 championships in. They also have a 3-peat as well. So I'm sorry. They also have a 2-peat as well. They have a repeat. So I'm saying, and they made the finals.
Well,
eight times.
It was 5 in 10 years, wasn't it?
It was 5 in
80. No, 89. Okay, 80, 88 was the last one. So what? 79, 80, 80. Okay, all right. They officially a fucking dynasty. Fuck it. Like there you go.
No, they are.
They're officially a dynasty. We can talk about them. And maybe down the line we could start really digging more into them if they continue to win, get another championship. Maybe next year, Stephen A. Smith already barking. He got them winning the championship next year. That's Hollywood, though. You know, he ain't trying to take no consideration about free agency or nothing. I got him next year winning. But all right, let's move forward. We got Steph Curry winning the Finals MVP. The monkey off his back. All other nonsense people going off about Steph Curry. So we had this conversation before. Everybody had this conversation. This is the most popular conversation in basketball right now. And I guess we gotta go into it. We gotta attack it ourselves. So I don't even want to say mine first. I'm gonna let you go first.
Oh my God, you spelled that wrong. You kind of fucked that up, bro.
What? Oh, whoa, you're right.
Yeah, go ahead and take that off.
Yeah. That's that
take
small
that off.
keypad I got, man. Let me see. Yeah, it's keypad like super small for these fucking hands. Whoops. There you go.
There we go.
Good?
We good.
All right. Steph finally got his Finals MVP. He's a 2-time MVP. He's a 4-time champion. He's a 2-time scoring champion. He's a Finals MVP. I said Finals MVP already, but of course that goes, without saying. He was the leader of the greatest regular season team in history, record-wise. How else I can get this dude his flowers? He's labeled as the greatest shooter of all time. He averages 40, 40, and 90. I think that's all I got for him. That's all I got for
40, 50, 90 club. So
nah, he not there yet.
No. That's what you were saying. You were saying the 40, 90. He is in the 40, 50, and 90 club. So 40%.
He was. I'm just saying for a career, he's 40, 40, and 90. So that's
okay.
That like he like 47 from 3-point or some shit like that. Or
okay.
No, I'm sorry. He 40 from 3-point. He like 47 or something like that from 2.
From the field.
And he 90% from 3-pointers. So G,
okay.
You see the question. Let's go.
It's okay. It's Steph top 10 of all time. So I said before this, if he were to actually get this Finals MVP, he will be top 10 of all time. I think he is. I'm thinking about 2 people. I probably have them ranked a little bit higher than the back. But I'm thinking about two people in particular. When we put him against them, numbers wise, I won't say numbers wise, but we put him against them accolades wise and everything like that, as far as what they did, as far as winning and everything like that. I think we can legitimately take Steph over those people. Now, if I tell you exactly who those people are, people are gonna be like, "Oh man, that's blasphemous. That's wild."
Yeah, that's
But
who you are. That's who you are.
but I'm just thinking about if we have the conversation with Steph against that person one on one, it's it's like without the historical context, then you pick Steph. So I'm thinking, yeah, I think we got to put Steph there. It's but it's gonna be hard to convince the NBA populace as a whole to put Steph there. So I think as far as the popular vote for Steph, he might be right on the outside looking in. He might be right there at number 11, number 12, number 11 if you're talking about the popular vote. But for me, I got him top 10. I got him, yeah, I got him probably around maybe 7 or 8, something like that.
7 and 8. Damn, you jumped.
Yeah, I got it. I
You
got
jumped.
it.
Oh, for sure, you jumped. Bruh, I go back and forth about this so much. I go through these names. I'm like, do I'm gonna take them over this person, take them over that person? And of course, I went through my top 10, of course, and there's two people who always dangle around that 10 and 11 spot. And they're like, all right, this person belongs there because he did this. But this person belongs here because he did this. I think what Steph did this year, he made the conversation a little worse because I think he put himself right there in the mix with those three. So me personally, if he does belong in the top 10, which I'm gonna get to my answer, of course, it will be in a 10 spot without context. I didn't think too deep into it. One thing I want to say is the one Finals MVP kind of makes it tough for you to be like, okay, that puts him above a lot of players, because two MVPs. I mean, besides Kobe and Shaq, I think everybody else have multiple MVPs, so I don't think that makes him, oh wow, pay attention to him. 4-time champion. Most of these dudes, besides Wilt, are at least 3-time champions. Who let me see. Yeah, Larry Bird's 3. So everybody else is 3-time champion besides Wilt. Um, the 2-time scoring champions. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of funny even bring up scoring titles. We talking about Wilt and Michael in the mix, because after that is AI and KD. They're not in people's top 10. So his resume is good enough to be probably like 7. 7? Yeah, 7. 7.
Hmm.
But see, LeBron is at the end of his career, so it's kind of easy to judge LeBron. He done so much in his prime, so we can give him that much love, because you got to consider the all NBAs, the all defense with LeBron. Steph, he don't have the all defenses. I think Steph will rank higher once he retires. But if I was to say right now where I have a Steph rank, I will probably, damn. I'll be honest with you. My debate between him and Shaq. Well, it's between him, Shaq, and Olajuwon. Damn, I'm about to sell out. I didn't do enough homework. I didn't do enough homework to put it up there. Because, all right, I'll break it down with everybody. So, like I said, I broke down Steph's resume. We got Shaq. I personally look at Shaq as what he did from Orlando to Miami. Because I feel like after Miami, we talking about, just going to teams. If you want to exclude his stats or whatever from after Miami, I'm fine with that. But Shaq from Orlando to Miami is a 4-time champion. He's a 3-time Finals MVP. He's an MVP. He's a 2-time scoring champion. He has 3 or 4 all defenses. Can I really put Steph over that? Then we go to Hakeem Olajuwon, who I debate with Shaq because he has two. Well, no, he has one MVP or two. I think he has one.
One.
He has one MVP, two Finals MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year. Uh, to most people, the hands down best modern day defender. I mean, I guess you want to debate Dennis Rodman, I guess, but I think people pick Olajuwon over Dennis Rodman. And yeah, he led his team. I mean, Clyde Drexler joined the team later, but he led Houston to the finals. Of course, he's the second best player behind Jordan and the Niners. Whew. I don't know.
So that's my thing. Like when we talking about like most of the players at toward that end, they have defensive accolades. Like most of the players toward that end. Like the only player that we have in the top 10 that don't really have um it's not really, I won't say known for defense is Magic. Like that's the only player that we have in the top 10. So we can't like once we look at Magic versus Steph, then we look at Magic versus Steph and we ask, is Steph better than Magic? And the answer is no, we don't have Magic better than Steph. So like we have to bring it down to another level of who you got, right? So once you start looking at the top 10, it's like who you prefer. You got Steph over, and depending on, and I don't want just like release my top 10, but like you start looking at people and saying, all right, you got Steph or Kobe, and it's like no, because you look at Kobe on the defensive end, and you have Kobe as one of the best guards to ever play defense, and he gave you this shit on both ends. You
Steph
feel
only
me?
has
So
four all first team NBAs.
yeah, and I think what Kobe has how many?
9.
9. So I'm like, once you look at Kobe when it comes down to his consistency on the offensive and the defensive end, it's hard to give you that. Once you look at, so Steph is gonna be like, you have a conversation with Steph and Larry Bird, and it's like, okay, once you look at Larry Bird, you look at, all right, Larry Bird gave you like 3 MVPs, right? And a lot of people look at the 80s as the best era of basketball.
11.
A lot of, huh?
Kobe has 11 first team all NBAs. My bad. I think Jordan
Okay.
have 9.
Yeah, Jordan has 9. So you look at Larry Bird, like he has 3 MVPs. I don't know how many first team NBAs he got, but I want to say he has uh 4 all defensive teams. So it's like, is Steph as great as Larry Bird? Like, so you have to start asking that question. And even if you depending on how your list is, if you have Tim Duncan at the bottom. Tim Duncan is the most decorated, like all NBA player when it comes down to offensive and defense at that part. So you wind up asking yourself, like, for certain players, like how do you give Steph that edge? So it's hard for Steph to get that edge when it comes down to those players that's in the top 10. I can I can give him the edge over Dream, but I think Dream was flirting with that 11 spot anyway. So I can give him the edge over Dream. And
Defensive player of the year knocks a little different for me, man.
not a thing is, like, I don't even want to go there yet. But I'm just saying, like, for when it comes down to Steph accolades, like once we really look at it, maybe you judge Steph like you judge Magic, and you judge Steph based on like how much of a problem he made that team, because of Steph, Golden State is a problem. So just like Magic, Showtime was a problem because of how they played.
If Steph make top 10 on my list, he not that far from Magic.
Well, that's because you got Magic, you got Magic like tremendously low. Like I don't and I don't know what it is.
How is that
I don't know what
tremendously
it is.
low?
No, I'm saying I don't know. I don't know what it is about. I don't know what it is about Magic that you why you do that with Magic because you try to give when you're giving love to like you give Stockton love for being like the best player on the team, but
Don't go
then
off
you
topic. Don't
like
go off topic.
no, I'm not
Magic,
going off
Magic, a
topic.
top 10 player all time. G.
No,
Like,
he
don't go
is.
off
He
topic.
is. But what I'm
Best
saying
point
is
guard of all time. I don't see. I'm not
again,
overrating this
no,
guy.
I understand. But I'm saying the reason why you have stuff close to Magic is because you have Magic look. And that's the only reason why. So if you have Magic at 7 on your list, or you have Magic at 8 on your list, and you have Steph top 10, if Steph 10 and Magic 8, of course they close. They yeah, that's why I'm saying you have Magic tremendously low. So
I'm gonna have him low, man. People ain't feelings about Magic, man. Like, look, shout out to Steph. You get your flowers. You officially walk through the door of that conversation. You kind of, I mean, I guess in most people's eyes, I don't know what people had: Oscar, Jerry West, Moses Malone. To me, Steph was in the class with Oscar, Jerry West, Moses Malone, Dr. J, and Kevin Durant. And he moved out that group into that, hey, y'all need to be talking about me for top 10. So shout out to him for that. All right. Your man CP3, he even chimed in on Steph. You want to walk this one? Want to walk through this one? Or you
all right. So
or
no. I got it. I got it. I got it.
all right.
So
And we got now walk to the question now. Walk to the reason we in this debate too.
yeah. So I'll go
The
over it
flow.
real quick. All right. So let me see. So when it comes down to and I don't know if this is real or not, but we saw a meme that CP3 said Steph is one of the top shooter, or Steph is the best shooter that ever played the game. But he can't say that he's one of the best point guards who ever played the game because Steph isn't really a floor general like that. He doesn't do all of the things that point guards actually do. And my thing was, I said, well, he kind of has a point. It sounds like hating, but he kind of has a point. Now, my question to you was, if Steph was 6'6", would he be a point guard? That was my question. And the answer that I have for that is no. Steph is Steph is not Steph is point guard in size. That's about it. He plays point guard because he's 6'3", which is, I don't want to say average size for a point guard, but a bigger point guard, and he's not he's a bigger point guard as far as height, but far as size is concerned, he is he's smallish, I guess. Um, and no, like Steph goes out there to score, and he plays off ball a lot. Like when it comes down to point guards are usually the people who create the offense, and they run plays. They're the main facilitators on their team, and Steph is not that. So when I look at Steph, the way that Steph plays more like Reggie Miller, more like Ray Allen. Like he plays like that. He doesn't play like an actual, I won't say a traditional point guard, but he doesn't dominate the ball like that. So that's what I'm saying about Steph.
Again, my giant friend. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. What game you watching? We gonna watch the game one day. We gonna watch some tape one day, and we gonna actually analyze stuff. You know what's funny about this? This is gonna lead to our next topic. But the problem is, you are watching Draymond Green play, sir, and the way the Warriors run the offense now is because Draymond Green is facilitating that offense. But if you forgot, David Lee was the power forward for them at one point. Steph Curry wasn't running around off screens and everything. He was running a traditional point guard style, and he was averaging the same amount of assists. So my rebuttal to you is that Steph Curry was 6'6", he'll just be out there looking like a 6'6" point guard because if Draymond's out there, he'll still be doing the same thing because Draymond's a facilitator. His size has nothing to do with it. I actually wrote down that nonsense you just said. Steph Curry's positioned by size. You really won't go that route. I mean, Magic Johnson was positioned by. Oh, he was 6'9". All right, let's go to somebody else. Ben Simmons positioned by. He's 6'10". They both point guards, by the way. Bill Russell, he's positioned by. He's 6'9". 6'9". He plays center. Uh, where are we getting this position by size thing? Because clearly throughout history, I gave you so many errors in basketball to where that is not the case. You know what's funny? You know who led the league in assists in 2020? A 6'9" guy. And he played point guard. So Steph playing point guard because he's 6'3". He's not 6'1". He's 6'3". Yeah, that's nonsense. Steph Curry was still if Reggie, not Reggie Miller, I'm sorry. If Penny Hardaway could be a point guard at 6'6", then Steph Curry could be one too.
So when I said Steph was positioned by size, I was talking about his play style. So when we look at um, Magic, Magic was effective off the ball or on the ball. Like,
On the
where
ball.
was his? All right. When we was talking about Ben Simmons, he's effective on the ball or off the ball.
On the ball.
All right. When we're talking about Penny Hardaway, he's effective on the ball or off the ball.
On the ball.
All right. So when it comes down to Steph and him being effective off the ball, that's what he does. Golden State has been better with Steph playing off the ball versus when Steph has been the primary facilitator. So when it comes down to Steph, I want to say Steph played shooting guard at Davidson. And the reason why he slipped in the draft was simply because like he was a smallish two guard. So with him being a smallish two guard, he slipped in the draft because they didn't know how that would translate. They may have thought that he was going to be closer to Eric Gordon than he is to Steph. Obviously, um, shout out to Minnesota for helping with Golden State's dynasty because they've been horrible as far as their, at least since 1996, they've been, or 97, 98, they've been a horrible organization for the stuff that they've been doing. But when I mention that Steph is positioned by size, I'm talking about his size when it comes down to his play style. I'm not talking about like if the way that CP3 plays, CP3 can be 6'9", he will be a point guard. That's just what it is. That's the way that he plays. Um, and certain players, when you're talking about facilitators, if they were 6'9" or they're 6'1", they would be in the same position. So when I'm saying that is when you look at Steph Curry play, Steph Curry plays way more like Ray Allen and Reggie Miller than he does like Ben Simmons, than he does like CP3, than he does like John Stockton, than he does like Magic Johnson. That's who he plays like. So if we're saying like size doesn't matter as far as being a point guard, that's not my argument. I'm talking simply about his play style. His play style is he's way more effective for his team off the ball.
All right. Well, this will be my last rebuttal on this. So, which I get what you're saying, but my problem with you is you're going by highlights of stuff. You're going by the glorified part of Steph Curry's game, and I'm not going by that. I'm saying that Steph Curry does have a facilitating point guard in his play style. It might not be this. It might not be the main thing the Warriors run, but there is a part of when Steph Curry is the main facilitator of the Warriors, and that's why I was saying, okay, if he was 6'6", they could still run the same thing. Again, this goes back to Draymond Green in my eyes. I think if Draymond Green was still there, they'll still play that same play style. But if he's not there, like if you, I don't know if you ever paid attention to games where he's not there. It's Steph going around picks and everything and trying to set up his own shot. Or set up his own teammates for another shot. Like he averaged 7 assists before. His play style is traditional point guard. Like now, again, it's not CP3, it's not John Stockton, it's not Magic Johnson, it's not these guys. But I mean, you keep going further down the list, you're still gonna also find great point guards who are scorers like Oscar Robertson, Jerry West, and Clyde Frazier. So you're gonna find scoring point guards who's try to score first and then facilitate their team second. But I still think Steph has a play style to where him being 6'6", he can still play point guard.
No, he could, but that's not his. Again, that's not his play style. His play style is off the ball. Like when it comes down to Steph, no, I'm saying his play style is off the ball. Can he handle the ball? Absolutely. But that's just like when it comes down to um based on their team. If you're talking about Draymond handling the ball, like Draymond wouldn't be the primary facilitator if you have Magic Johnson on a team. He's not the primary facilitator if you have John Stockton or if you have um CP3, if you have Ben Simmons. Like he's not the primary facilitator in those situations. He's the primary facilitator with Steph because Steph is so good off the ball. Like
Okay, so he was 6'6".
Steph has
Why would he play a different position?
because the way that he plays like guards who are 6'6", who are off the ball. That's all I'm saying. When it comes down to people who are off the ball, that's who he plays like. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we ain't agree on this one because I still think this. I think he facilitates still when Draymond Green out on the floor, when Draymond Green out part of the play, and I think even if he is 6'6", he'll just be a 6'6" point guard running around the floor. I don't think that changes it.
So look. Let me ask you this: name one other point guard who plays like Steph, and I'm talking about off the ball. Name one other point guard in history.
You don't think that has nothing to do with the game plan of Steve? Steve Kerr?
One other point guard in history. We don't have access to Steve Kerr's game plan. I'm asking you one other point guard in history. Like what you're doing is you're presenting an argument that we can't have a conversation about because we don't have any type of facts behind that.
All
so
right,
what I'm saying is,
so if I tell you Trae Young played the same way.
Trae Young led the league in assists and points this year, so he dominates the ball.
Okay, but
he averaged 9 point something, 9.7 or 9.6 assists this year.
Are we acting like Steph don't know how to play point guard? All he does is run off screens?
No, what I'm saying
let's act like he has another part of his game. That's what I'm saying. You're sitting there saying, "Oh, Steph don't do this." Steph main part of his game is running off screens. I get that, but that's so if you don't see that's a game plan for the Warriors, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Again, Trae Young averaged 9.7 assists this year.
Okay,
Trae Young is a ball dominant point guard.
Okay.
I'm saying Steph plays off the ball. So again, I'm asking you again.
No, there's
not.
Point guard. There's not.
So, but we can name shooting guards who play just like Steph.
Okay.
Exactly. And we have Reggie Miller and we have Ray Allen. Okay. Two people who play shooting guard. Like matter of fact, can add Rip Hamilton to that mix too.
Okay.
Rip Hamilton used to. So all I'm saying is.
So wait. Let's give them all the same energy. How many times you seen Ray Allen play facilitator like Steph did?
No, I've never really saw. I saw Ray Allen.
So what we're saying is Steph has features of both guards, but we're going to compare him to someone to players who only play one position.
So again, what I asked you for one player in history or one point guard in history.
No point guard.
and I named 3 shooting guards that play
Okay.
like Steph. I named
Okay.
3
But
of them.
you can't go.
So
But you can't go back the other way. So how are we doing that comparison?
that's it. That's it.
How is that?
It's done. It's done. We
So
not
wait.
we not gonna argue over the argument. We're already done with that. Like, take your L, sip some tea, get some milk. Like, it's over. If you can't if I gave you 3 shooting guards that play just like Steph off the top of my head, and you can't
No, no,
name
no,
one
no.
person.
That's
Matter of
no, no,
fact,
no. Wait,
matter
wait,
of
wait.
fact,
Wait.
come
Let's be
back,
clear. Wait.
come back and edit
Don't
this. No, I'm saying come back and edit
go ahead.
this
Go ahead.
when you
Talk.
find
Go ahead.
somebody.
Talk. Go ahead. Talk.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead. Talk.
let you go, but I'm saying come back and edit this when you find somebody who plays like Steph at the point guard
I don't
position.
need to. I don't need
All
to.
right, good.
Because this is the thing. You're saying this. You're saying you're picking one feature of Steph. You're saying, oh, he runs off of screens. He does this to get his points. But but the thing is, you can't compare them to Steph. Because Steph has a facilitating feature in him. You can't say Ray Allen passed like Steph. You can't say Reggie Miller passed like Steph. You can't say Rip Hamilton passed like Steph. You're just saying, oh, they run off of screens. You're taking one feature out of Steph's game and comparing it to one person. That's like saying, oh, Kawhi Leonard and Jordan the same person, or DeMar DeRozan and Jordan the same person. But
No,
there's more to Jordan game than that, right? There's more to Jordan game than Kawhi Leonard and DeMar DeRozan, ain't it?
I asked about play style. That's what I asked about. That's all I asked about. I asked about play style.
There's more to a play style than one feature. You should
I
know
asked
that.
about play style. That's what I asked about.
Look, it's cool. It's cool. Once you watch basketball more, you're gonna realize the better players have more than one feature. They have more than one feature.
Tell me.
Okay,
cool. Tell me who.
We good.
Cool.
There is
tell
none.
me.
There is none.
No, because
you're holding on to an argument.
I'm saying you watch a lot of basketball. You should be able to see this
You
because
should know
we're talking about because we talking simply about Steph Curry's play style.
I mean,
again,
has Jordan ever decided to have a game where he decided to pass the ball more than just shoot?
Yeah, Jordan played point guard.
Okay, because it's more than one play style. There you go.
No,
there you go.
No.
Lesson learned.
Again,
we can move forward. Lesson learned.
But we're not going to say that Jordan is a point guard. We're not going to say that. Jordan played point guard, but we're not going to say that he's a point guard.
Never played
just like
guard.
Kobe.
Never played point guard. Never played
Jordan
point guard.
Jordan played point guard in what year? It was 87, 88? Doug Collins had him run the point guard.
According to Basketball Reference, never played point guard.
That's cool.
Never played point guard. Moving forward,
look it up. No. This what we're gonna do.
Move forward.
Go look it.
It's done.
That's the thing.
It's done.
You don't know enough. Matter of fact, somebody in the comments.
He played point guard. He didn't play point guard. He played shooting guard. But he played. He had games where he was playing the main facilitator. Right.
Again.
Come on, man.
Again. Are you? That's what you're trying to do. You trying to overtalk me so I can't get my point across. We've been here.
Done.
We've done this before. Let me go ahead and say what I'm saying. So when it comes down to, I can't remember the year, but I want to say it was like 87 or 88. Doug Collins had Jordan run the point guard position because he was trying to see how to get other players involved. All right. So but I'll send you the info because I know you don't know enough. That's fine. I'll send it to you.
Whatever you mean that had what you about
I'll
to say.
Send it to you. I'll send it to you.
What you're about to say has nothing to do with my
I'll
point.
send it to you.
What you're about to say has nothing to do with my point.
You said that what you say? You said Jordan never played point guard, and I told you that he did, and I said he did for a couple games. So that's what it's going. So I'm going.
Okay, that still plays to what I'm saying. Okay, there's another style to Jordan. There's another style of Jordan, just like there's another style of Steph. You'll understand when you watch this again. You're gonna understand. There's another style of Jordan. He played point guard for a few games because he could play like that. Steph could play both ways. Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and Rip Hamilton can't. Come on, man. Please, people talk to this man. Please, people talk to him.
Can't and didn't are not the same things.
Steph played a facilitator before. You talking like. Go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
he did. He did.
We good.
We're in the Warriors dynasty, which we talked about. he was better off the ball. So the way that
Because
Steph plays, he's better off the ball.
you there? You there?
I'm
Oh,
here.
damn, I'm getting your feelings, my guy. No, it's just like you got bad takes. That's all, man. That's all. You got bad takes. That's all. Look,
So no, we gonna cut that part up too. But
if we get to that part, but look, I'll let people bait into it. They need to what they when they see the clip. I'm gonna put a bait clip out there, and when they see that, they're gonna come to here and they're gonna get the full ass whooping that I'm giving you, and they're gonna see how crazy you sound. Next topic, we're gonna stick with the Warriors on this one, but we're gonna go to the reason I think Steph don't plays like Reggie Miller and Ray Allen. Well, it's the topic truly not about him, Draymond Green. I'm talking about, but the topic is the NBA players. Correct? The players did the survey.
yeah,
All right, and the survey was the most overrated players. So I'll give it a quick rundown on the list real quick. Let's see. All right. So tied at first place was Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green. Tied at second was Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, and Karl-Anthony Towns. That is hilarious that's all former Timberwolves, huh? And then tied at fourth, which is weird to me, but James Harden, Ben Simmons, LeBron James, Kyle Lowry. I will give you all the percentages, but do you really care about the percentages? I mean, Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green pretty much tripled everybody. There you go. So I don't think I talked to you about this. I think we kind of just held it quiet about this one. We just said we were gonna talk about it on wax.
mm-hmm.
So you want to go first, or you want me to get my reaction out the way?
You can go ahead and get yours out the way.
All right. So a few things pop up on this list. I think most of this list is bullshit, if I'm being honest with you. We can start from the top. Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green, I think, is nonsense of being overrated, because I'm not sure what people have these guys rated. When we say overrated, that means that they have you in a spot that they think you're too high in. Before the season started, I saw people saying Russell Westbrook is not a top 10 point guard. He didn't make the All-Star team. I don't even understand where people have him ranked at this point. I could say that. I'm saying that as a Westbrook fan. Draymond Green will be in the conversation. No top power forwards. He'd be in the conversation of top defenders, but let's be honest, it's more of a pesky help defender than he's Giannis. So I'm not sure where they have him at when it comes to rating. Like, what do we rate these players at? Jimmy Butler. Well, actually, do I want to go forward with Jimmy Butler? Jimmy Butler, I'm not even sure how he's overrated, but that's the one I think is really out the box. Andrew Wiggins, he's a fourth option. How's he overrated? What the fuck people have him rated at? Karl-Anthony Towns, good one. I thought people was pretty much over him. James Harden fell off. I think Ben Simmons, he should have been higher, but I think that's because of this whole mental block, and I don't want to play him from Philly. LeBron, he always gonna get that type of hate. Kyle Lowry, I don't even have him ranked in this like top 50 of players. I don't even see how he overrated. But that's my reaction to the list. When we talk about overrated, we're talking about players who are high, just like where they at, but they shouldn't be there. So I wanted to really figure out who I thought was overrated. Who was the most overrated player in the league? So I started going through the names. What?
Go ahead. I'm being quiet. Go ahead.
Relax, man. Relax. So I'm looking at these names. Of course, you got the MBs, the Jokers, the Giannis. Those are MVP candidates. And Tatum. Tatum had a bad finals, but he got them to the finals. I give credit for getting to the show. Welcome to the show. I give you some love. He get a little hole in your ticket or something like that. But Who else? Who else? John Morant. John Morant, definitely. Luca. He in there. Um, I don't think these dudes are overrated. Like they in the top 10, they belong there. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, the game they hurt. You know, I ain't gonna do nothing. Kevin Durant, I'm looking at him, but not yet. Bad year, a lot of drama. Now we get to this second part. Who's overrated? Like, didn't I go to Utah? Rudy Gobert, one of the best defenders in the league when needed, I guess, right? Because you know sometimes you don't even need them. They shoot threes all day. Like coach got to sit his ass down. So I don't really have him rated high either. But his teammate, he's up there. He before the year started, he was in a class with Jason Tatum. I don't know what happened because he had these playoff successes that moved him up pretty high, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's right there. Donovan Mitchell kind of fell off to me. I think, you know, but they still have him rated high. You know, people got him ranked. People haven't fallen off. But there's somebody else in that class of Donovan Mitchell and Jason Tatum that's ranked pretty high in people's books. Book. Devin fucking Booker. That's exactly who's the most overrated player in the NBA right now. If you go over most people top players in the NBA, I'm pretty sure Devin Booker we ranked in the top 15, at worst top 20. But clear as day, Phoenix got as far as CP3 was going to bring him. Soon as CP3 fell off, the Phoenix fell off. He didn't carry no type of momentum from this last year. The only reason he was mentioned in the MVP conversation is because Phoenix had a good record and CP3 was too old and he got hurt during the year. Devin Booker is on my list. He belongs there as the most overrated player in the NBA. You got these names up here, but come on, nobody thought highly of most of these players before the season started besides LeBron, but he gonna always be on the most overrated list because he's LeBron James. So Devin Booker, you take this L. You fucked that up. You the most overrated. Your turn.
So
You thought I was going CP3?
I was looking at this list and I was like, damn, this list is fire. Like the only person who I don't have on this list, and I feel like he's a bit underrated, would be Jimmy Butler. But I do have Russ and Draymond as two of the most overrated players as far as in the game right now. Um, Andrew Wiggins did go from Wiggins went from being, I won't say the prodigal son of like he was a first overall pick and having oozing of potential to being a second, a third option or whatever option he is in Golden State. But pressure has been gone. He also made the All-Star team this year. Cat, I think Cat. We just have Cat as far as the top 5 center. I don't think Cat really highly rated or anything like that. We can say that Ben Simmons and James Harden are overrated right now because of what we think of them. Brian gets more, like as of right now, whatever year Brian is in, Brian is getting more credit as a top player than he deserves at this point in his career. And Kyle Lowry,
30.
I've always thought Kyle Lowry has gotten way too much credit for what he does on a court. So I guess just to rebuttal to you, when it comes down to Devin Booker, like Devin Booker was like borderline top 10 player, uh, or top 15 player when it came down to like entering the league, and I don't think that's changed. So like you think like he's not top 10? You think he's like more
He,
like top 20? Or
he was
like
above
what do you
he was above Tatum before the season started, I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying after Tatum, after this playoff run, Tatum has jumped a lot. So like when it came down to the end of the season, did you have Tatum higher than Devin Booker? Or did you have them about around what and what? Like where
At the
did
end
you
of the
have them?
season,
Yeah, the end of the
I
season
had
before the playoffs started.
I had Tatum above Booker.
All right, so like where? Like you had Tatum like 8 and Booker 10? Like what did you have them as
Booker
far
probably.
as
I don't know why. I think I had Booker in the top 10. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm saying from the scenes we've seen from like Tatum and Ja Morant, Joker, like that's the section I had him in with those guys. Well, not Joker. I think they had Joker in the top 5-ish. But Tatum, to me, Tatum, besides Donovan Mitchell, Booker seemed like he was the one who fell out that group the hardest. But I had Booker higher than
well
all
no,
those guys.
what the thing was, he didn't fall off. They took off, and that's a different conversation. Like the what Ja Morant and Jason Tatum did this year, that wasn't what we expected them to do this year. So they over indexed on the expectations that we had for them.
What if I
And
had the
tell me,
expectation for Booker though? That
no, but
don't
I'm
make him
saying
overrated.
no. You would be the one who would be overrating him then.
That's
So
what I said.
when it came, no, you would be the person who overrates them. Nobody in the NBA, those people didn't overrate Booker. You overrated Booker based
Okay,
on
wait,
what your
wait.
expectations of him was. So
But
what I'm saying is the way that what you expected for Booker to do, you expected Booker to take a Ja Morant step or a Jason
we ain't
Tatum
about to
step.
do that.
That's what you expected.
We ain't
But I'm
about to do that.
saying the players, no, I'm saying the players in the NBA did not expect that. So
Before the season started,
yes,
where was Russell Westbrook rated?
where was he
And you
rated?
and you personally know where was he rated at?
Where was he rated? I don't know. Was he rated
You
20?
claim you
No,
even you
I don't remember. No, I don't remember. I
did
don't
you have him in
remember.
the top 10 point guards?
Top 10 point guards in the league currently, or where? What you
Did
talking
you
about?
have Russell Westbrook before the season started
All
as a top
I'm
10 point guard?
asking, I'm saying I'm asking you
In the league,
all
yeah,
time
currently.
in the
This, this,
league, in the
this
league,
is just for the
in the
league.
league.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, in the league.
So wait, to be clear, this list is for the league this year,
Right,
not.
right, right, right,
Okay,
right.
all right,
So
all right.
I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, but so this year when it came down to Russell Westbrook being a top 10 point guard, then yeah, absolutely, we had Russell Westbrook as a top 10 point guard.
Where you had him
Like
at?
how high? Russell Westbrook. I think Russell Westbrook was. He might have been top 5. I think we had this
You
year.
had him top
I think we had him top 5. So I
5?
want to
Okay.
say it was.
Okay.
I think so before the season started. I want to say we had Steph, Trey, probably CP3. I don't think Ja was top. I don't think Ja was up there. I think it might have been Russ after CP3.
No. I just pulled up the
Who
picture.
was so what it was? What it
Listen to
was?
these names. Listen to these names, and let me know
Yeah.
where you agree where Russ should be. And we talking about before
But
the season.
before this season, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You ready? Steph,
Yeah.
Luca,
Mm-hmm.
Dame, Kyrie, Trey, Chris Paul, Drew Holiday, Ben Simmons, Ja Morant. Not
Oh
yet.
yeah. I got you. I made the argument that Russ and Ben Simmons was right in the same spot.
Okay.
Because I made the argument that both Russ and Ben Simmons, they far as for a team, they do the same thing. Ben just adds defense.
So
But
now listen to this.
I also think I had Kyrie over. I had Kyrie way overrated on that.
Right. But hear me out. Now listen to the rest of the names. De'Aaron Fox, Kyle Lowry, Jamal Murray, Michael Conley, Marcus Smart. I'm not gonna count Jamal Murray because he hurt all year. But did Russell
So what was the
Westbrook,
list? What was the list again? So Steph was one.
Steph, Luka, Dame, Kyrie, Trey, CP, Drew, Ben Simmons, John Morant, De'Aaron Fox. That's your top 10.
God damn. We got. So yeah, I don't. So yeah, I had. I had CP. I had CP top 5 because I had
No, I agree. I
Steph
agree
Luke.
because we had Kyrie. We both agree Kyrie was too high. So CP
Yeah.
was in our top 5. But my point is, they had Russell Westbrook 13. If you want to say Russell Westbrook was 8, that's fine. But where did he show he's at the end of the season to you?
At the end of this season?
Yeah.
Like nobody wants him. So like
that's contract. That's contract.
No, that's not. I don't think that's all contract because he has one. Because I'm saying he has 1 year left.
That is at least at minimum 40% contract.
I don't think it's that much contract. Just because, like, if you're saying if he is on a minimum deal, then yeah, you don't have to invest that much into him in order to get him. But I'm saying when it comes down to contract, he's right now based on what he did for the Lakers, where he's valued now, like he's gonna be valued. Shit, I don't even know if he
I think a smart GM would realize that, okay, if we're gonna actually consider Russell Westbrook a chance, we got to at least not put him with LeBron. Like that's not a great test to put somebody against.
No, but I'm saying he's considered a higher risk right now because so for Russell Westbrook, I don't think he's not 13 right now when it comes down to point guards, and I'm only basing this on teams. Like he's probably like bottom 25.
What point
and
guards?
The only reason why, yeah, and the only reason why I'm saying that I don't have point guards in my head. Yeah, I don't have point guards in my head that I can say Russell Westbrook is better than Russell Westbrook. I don't have 25 point guards who I can say is better than Russell Westbrook. This is why but listen, let me finish. This is what I'm saying. Russell Westbrook, I have him bottom 25. And the only reason why I'm just thinking that on the top of my head is because I think maybe 5 teams would possibly want him on their team. So that's why I'm saying that. Like, because for the most part, either the way that Russell Westbrook plays, either you want Russell Westbrook to you want Russell Westbrook to come. You have to let Russell Westbrook be who he is, and you can't allow him to do that if you're developing young talent on your team. So it's like OKC has the ability to absorb Russell Westbrook's contract, but like, do they want?
That's the thing. That's the whole thing.
But
if Russell Westbrook making $15 million a year, more teams gonna want him. But the fact that he's
because it's not
47 is a big thing,
right? No, because I'm saying it's less of a risk. That's all it is. The contract just represents the risk. No, I'm saying the contract just represents the risk. But I'm saying, like, you have more teams that's willing to take a less of a risk. That's all it is. So I'm saying, like, you can't invest a lot in Russell Westbrook.
It's not about Russ. Where you had Draymond rated before the season?
Overrated.
So how like, he more overrated than he was already overrated? Yeah.
No. So I'm saying my perception of Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook, they have been overrated in the NBA for various reasons.
All-star, they weren't even all-stars.
Can you let me finish?
That's ridiculous.
So my thing was, I've always felt like Draymond Green and Russell Westbrook have been the most overrated players in the NBA simply because Draymond Green gets credit for the Warriors winning. That's what he does. It's not something that he doesn't have translatable skills. You can't take him like you did James Harden and pluck him off OKC, put him on Houston, and let him do his thing, and then all of a sudden you have a contender. You cannot do that with Draymond Green. You can't build a team around him. Steph is just a once in a generational type player, and you put he fits around Steph. So that's why Draymond Green is going to be a Hall of Famer. Like you can't like when it comes down to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a player who can get your team to the playoffs, but the way that he plays, he doesn't fit alongside anybody else. So when it comes down to Russell Westbrook, like he has one of the most overrated MVPs in NBA history. He has like I've shown you videos where he has basically chased stats. I won't say his entire career, but during this time, he's chased stats. Which um, shout out to him for having the stamina, the ability to be able to do that, because not like most players can't do that. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, like you play to win the game. So since you play to win the game, like how valuable is that? So that's I've had them as two of the most
You
overrated players.
you already had
The
them
only person,
overrated. That
yeah,
shows how
I've had them overrated simply because the
you
NBA
already
values them too much. The only person who I would switch out on this list is take out Jimmy and put Kyrie.
Kyrie over.
Yeah.
There's a thing. You can't for somebody to be overrated, they got to be over where you already have them rated. You're pretty much telling me Draymond is one of the most replaceable dudes in the NBA. Okay, if he is, then
Yeah.
how do you have
Not a Hall
him
of Famer.
overrated? How do you have him
Not
overrated?
a No. I don't say I have him overrated. I'm saying that he is a Hall of Famer who's not an actual Hall of Famer.
Have you
That's
looked at
all
the
I'm
Hall of
saying.
Famers?
Like based on
Have you looked at the
when,
list of Hall of Famers?
like based on when, like who you comparing them to? People in
Have
the
you looked
50s
at
and the
any
40s?
Hall of Famer?
So no. What Hall of Fame? So
It
when I'm
doesn't
talking about
matter.
him,
I didn't ask
so
you.
let
I
me.
didn't ask you
So
no detail
I'm
on
ask.
that. Do you
So
know
no,
Hall of
I'm
Famers?
asking. No, I'm asking you a question. So when it comes down to
You're
modern
a question to my
NBA,
question.
no, because I want clarification on your question.
Go ahead.
So when it comes down to modern NBA, who do you have Draymond Green better than? As far as, and I'm talking about as far as I'm gonna take my team.
We
I'm gonna
changing the subject.
take
We
this
changing the
player
subject.
and build a team around him.
We
No,
changing the
I'm asking.
subject.
No,
No,
I'm not.
we
I'm
change
not
the
changing the
subject. We
subject.
not even we like if you want
All
to
right.
change the subject, let me know. I'll change the question. What you want to do? Let's change the
No,
subject.
no. I just not said
Let's
that
change the
Draymond
subject.
Green is. I just said that Draymond Green is overrated because he's not a Hall of Famer. He will get in the Hall of Fame. He might be first ballot Hall of Fame, but he's not a Hall of Famer. All
That
right.
make
So that's why I got him.
you're arguing yourself. He's not a Hall of Fame, but he's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame. Then
Did you not? No, I'm saying,
again,
did you not understand what I just said? Did you not
again.
understand what I just
Why
said?
Yao Ming
No, but I'm
is in the
saying,
Hall of Fame. Yao Ming. Tell me
and you
tell me
guys,
why Yao Ming deserves to be in the Hall of Fame over Draymond.
and you
I'm
think
asking. I'm asking a
Draymond?
question.
No, I'm saying you think Draymond is better than Yao Ming?
I think Draymond deserves.
I'm at.
That's
No, I'm saying,
all
do you
right.
think
Look.
Draymond is better than Yao Ming?
We're not cooperating. I
All
asked
right,
you a question. You reply with a question and try to change it. So
because Yao Ming is better than Draymond. Is Draymond better than Yao Ming to you?
how you proving that?
So I just answered your question. Answer
I
my
know, and
question.
I'm giving you
Do
another
you
question.
think that Draymond Green is better than Yao Ming?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So fine.
And
We
the
could move
proof is
on
in the
this.
pudding. The proof is in the pudding.
Okay.
The proof is
Because
in the pudding.
Draymond Green has been the best player to lead his team to what?
And Yao Ming did it to who? See what I'm saying?
He
if
is the
you have
best player to
that's my
he
whole point.
at
You
least
have
led
to
his team to the playoffs.
are you
Yao Ming is least admit
wait,
has at least led his team to the
are
playoffs.
you overrating Draymond to say he's overrated? I don't get it. What are you doing?
No, Draymond is overrated.
Then have him rated properly, he won't be overrated. The people who are saying these guys are overrated don't have them properly rated. That's all I'm saying. Again, this is why I look at
No.
Devin Booker. You have Devin Booker as a top 15 player, but what he led his team to do, he did nothing.
Was he a top 15 player this year?
No.
All right, so cool. Name 15 better than him this year. Because that's what we're going off of this year. Name 15 players better than Devin Booker this year.
Let me know you're ready to go.
Go.
Kevin Durant, Giannis, Embiid, Joker, Tatum, John Morant. Where I'm at? Jimmy Butler. Where I'm at? LeBron. Where I'm at? Let me see. I can pull the teams up.
You need 7 more.
No, I'm pulling up the teams. I got you. My bad. Hold up. Come on now. I said Tatum already, right?
Mm-hmm.
DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving, Trae Young.
No. I'm not giving you
Doncic.
I give you Luka. I'm not giving you Kyrie.
Chris
I'm not
Paul,
giving you DeMar.
Chris
All
Paul. Right. Paul George, where I'm at.
Paul George played this year? How many games he played? He
qualifies?
He qualifies 11. 11.
Okay.
You're really at 10. I'm not giving you Paul George, but keep going.
I'm at 10?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess he falls in that debate then.
It's not really a debate. You was pulling, you was trying. You started talking about injured niggas and shit like that. Like, how many games Paul George played this year?
I mean, again, if Devin Booker met your expectations, then the Suns did what they're supposed to do. Then, right? That's all.
I'm saying, how many games Paul George played this year?
Look,
31 games.
Let's
so we can name Kawhi. Who else? Let's name Anthony Davis. Who else?
Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis better than Devin Booker.
He not this year because he didn't play.
Okay.
And if we have all those. No, but I'm saying if we have all those people better than Devin Booker, then why didn't the Lakers make the playoffs?
If you rated Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green in the 30s and they made it to the 50s, that's great. If you rank Devin Booker as number 8 and he's still number 8 in your books, that's great. I rank Devin Booker as a top 8 player, and he's way above that. I didn't sit there and say Draymond's going to lead the Warriors. I said Draymond's going to be the second most important Warrior. He did that. I said Russell Westbrook was going to try to help the Lakers. He didn't do that. Okay, but I didn't have him rated as a top player. I had Devin Booker as a top player, and he didn't come through. But that was the whole point of the conversation.
But that's why. So one, you said Draymond was the second most important Warrior. He wasn't. And second, you have 2 players that are above Devin Booker. And then you added Russell Westbrook there, and they missed the play. They didn't make the play-in tournament. So not only did they miss the playoffs, they didn't make the play-in tournament.
Okay.
So
again.
So one. So one.
You're not speaking about overrated. You're saying you're just saying you're not. There's a difference between overrated and sad.
That's proof.
You're saying it's sad.
I'm saying again, that's proof that the players that we're talking about are overrated. You have LeBron and Russell Westbrook on there. They're overrated.
Okay.
So
cool. Okay. Again,
but cool.
That's all about what you haven't rated before. Overrated. Overrated is what you haven't rated at already. So we can move forward to that. So since we're speaking about overrated players and where we actually put players at, you gotta actually rate them. Let's get to this last topic. We had Jason Kidd. We had another meme pop up. Half these topics are fueled by memes. Jason Kidd is one of the greatest point guards of all time, but somehow, some way, he kind of gets in a mix of that top 10, not the top 5 area. Sometimes he may put in the top 5, sometimes they don't. But a lot of people. The question today is Jason Kidd underrated? We ain't to build no story to it. Again, I think I went first on the overrated.
So let me let me go ahead and give context. So basically, when it comes down to the meme, basically have Jason Kidd led his team to two NBA finals, back to back NBA finals, and it's like basically saying this man is mad underrated. And when it comes down to Jason Kidd often falls into that 5 through 10 range, and the point guards probably in the middle, so probably around between 6 and 8. And I honestly I don't think that he's underrated at all. Like the thing is, I might have him a little higher than everybody else, and that's probably because for the most part I value two-way players more than anything. Like I know in 2002 I have I felt like Jason Kidd should have won the MVP that year. So I give him love for that. When it comes down to the things that Steve Nash won MVP for, we didn't give other point guards who did the same thing that Steve Nash did the MVP. So when it um comes down to that, I don't disqualify them for not winning it when they had an amazing season. So it's just like so Jason Kidd going from uh going to a 20 something win team, and that team won, I want to say, 49 games that year. I give him love for that. But that's kind of where it ends. And the reason why it ends right there is I don't give finals appearances credit. Like at the end of the day, we know that the East in that period of time was way weaker than the West. And just giving you for example, when in the West, the Lakers won a championship in 2002. All right. The first round opponent in 2002 was the Portland Trailblazers. Portland Trailblazers won 49 games. All right. I want to say they were a seventh seed in the West. Might have been a sixth seed, but they were a seventh seed, in six or seven seed in the West. So there was a middle to bottom tier seed in the West. 49 games in the East was good enough to get you a two seed. So you're at the top of your conference as far as that is concerned. So I'm saying in this scenario, we know the best teams, four of the top five teams four of the top five teams were in the West. You The East was whoever got to the Western Conference Finals, that was the champion. Or whoever won the Western Conference Finals, that was the champion. Same thing played in '02. I mean, I'm sorry, in '03. You had whoever won the Western Conference Finals, we knew that was going to be the champion. That's just what it was. The
04
Western
too.
Conference Final in '04.
Mm-hmm.
'04 has nothing to do with this.
I'm just curious on how
No,
many
but I'm
years do
saying
you look
no,
at it like that?
because no, I'm saying we when it comes down to this, like when we're looking at the East as far as '02 and '03, the years that that we're talking about based on the meme that Jason Kidd got his team to the NBA Finals, the East was weak. We know this, and we saying this because in one year, I say the East had one 50-win team, and the next year they had maybe two 50-win teams. West had four 50-win teams, and then the next year the West had six 50-win teams. So we saying or we noticed that the West had was way stronger than the East. We know this. What I do give Jason Kidd credit for is Jason Kidd is one of the only two-way point guards that was consistent. So
Yeah, he
I
probably
do
got
give
one of the most first All NBAs as a point guard.
yeah.
First team.
When it comes down to Jason Kidd, like he's up there. We have 3 point guards that we talk about. Then at that point, I have I have CP3. Then you can start talking Jason Kidd with Oscar Robertson and everything like that. But I have Yeah, that's why I have Jason Kidd at, as far as he's like maybe 5 or 6. That's why I have him at.
So you don't have him underrated there.
No, for me, and that's why I said I value two-way point guards like more than I value a point guard that does one thing.
All right. So we actually agree. I don't have Jason Kidd underrated. I have Jason Kidd as one of the greatest point guards of all time. Uh, I actually value him enough to put him in a top 5 if need be. Again, this is another situation where I didn't break down, of course, where I want to go with this. But if I want to break down tiers, I'm going with Steph, Zeke, Magic, of course. Then we go Oscar, Jace Kidd, Steve Nash, John Stockton. Then Chris Paul's knocking on the door of Westbrook, Gary Payton, Clyde Frazier, and I say Westbrook and Chris Paul. They in that third tier to me. But as far as Jason Kidd goes, what Jason Kidd showed me that Jason Kidd, of course, second in points. I mean, not second in points.
Wait, wait,
Second
wait,
in
wait, 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 wait. Start over again. Tell me who you. What's your second tier again?
Oscar, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, John Stockton.
That's who you left out before. That's why I was like, wait, that didn't sound right. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, all right, my bad. Good, thanks for catching that from me. But Chris Paul, to me, Chris Paul, I think I appreciate him more once he retire. I think he's still adding on to what he can do. He's knocking on that door, same as Russell Westbrook. But as far as Jason Kidd goes, I think he gets all the credit he deserves. Uh, I don't think him leading the Nets to back finals in in the 2000s with one of the, even though the teams wasn't fierce, they had players and stars still in the league that shows that is a good accomplishment to bring your team to back finals. And it's not like his team had the best team roster wise back for those finals. I'm not even sure there was another all-star on those net squads. And also accumulating the second most steals, the second most assists. He's third in three-pointers made, I believe. I mean, unless Steph passed him up, so that make him fourth. Yeah, I think Jason Kidd is actually arguably in the top 5 point guards of all time. Like I said, I give Steph his credit. He definitely solidified himself in the top 3 along with Oscar. I mean, not Oscar, with Zeke and Magic. So I think that the order is pretty clear as of right now, but I guess it will change if Steph continues to win. But the problem with the second tier is they all have their reasons to be ranked where they could be ranked at. Like I could put Steve Nash at number 4 just on the strength that he had 2 MVPs and he changed the Phoenix roster around. I can give it to Jason Kidd because he did the same thing with the Nets, but he didn't win no MVPs like Steve Nash. I could do the same thing with Stockton because he leads everything. He leads steals and assists, which point guards are traditionally known to have. And of course, you got Oscar Robertson, which he's a number freak, just like the rest of them in the '60s. He got his MVP, and he assisted with a championship. So the second tier is always in the mix, but Jason Kidd is in that mix, and that's why I don't think he's underrated.
So look, I'm gonna tell you this is where I have a problem with you with as far as your rankings are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like my problem with you as far as your rankings are concerned is you don't have a consistent criteria. So the same like and the thing is, because you don't have a consistent criteria, like you just try to throw things out there to say that this person is better than this person, that because and you make that one criteria for, like, everybody has a different criteria. So when we talking about Jason Kidd, for example, if we say like him getting his team to the finals, right? If we take him, for example, like, and saying that they had people to be reckoned with uh in the East, who?
I didn't look it
Who?
up.
No, but I'm saying in that time for the East, who did they run into? Like who
No,
did they?
I mentioned that. I mentioned that they
Yeah. So
it
who?
was just a star driven league. The best teams in the West.
Cool. But I'm saying, so what I'm saying is when it comes down to saying that, like, who Jason Kidd played in the East,
We never do that though.
no, but I'm saying like when it comes down to it, if you want to give credit, if you want to give credit for him making the finals, then like it's gonna be nitpicked a little bit. So when we talking about if you
Thank
want
you.
to give again, I never said this is you judging players. So you
Look.
always nitpick.
Wait, hold up.
No, wait.
Before you say
Come
that,
on. Don't try to come on. Don't try to overtalk.
no. I want
Don't
you to
try to
keep talking.
overtalk
I
me.
want you to keep
No, I'm
talking.
saying
I want you to keep talking, but keep this in
we
mind
have to
when you
talk.
talk.
We have to talk one at a time because we're doing a podcast.
I'm
All
not
right.
I'm not I'm not about to speak over you. I'm just saying, keep this in mind when you start talking again. When you do a
Mm-hmm.
top 10, one criteria is very impossible. So go and finish what you're saying.
So no, you can do a criteria. You can do a criteria of totality. If you talk about everything that the people have done, everything that the people has done, then you can go by that. The thing is, what you want to do is you want to judge Jason Kidd by one criteria. Then you want to judge Steve Nash by one criteria. Then you want to judge John Stockton by one criteria. The only thing about these criteria is the criteria that you judge them by often favor them. So
Give
that's
me
why
one
I
that
have a
favorite Chris Paul.
so no, I'm saying
There
judge
is none.
everything.
Why?
So I'm saying judge everything. Judge everything. So
Yep.
when I'm saying judge when it comes down to point guard, judge impact. Do stats, do do averages, do totals, do um all NBAs, do all defense, do scoring titles, do assist titles, do steals, do everything. But you can't mess around and say that Steve Nash
Then
with two
Westbrook
fine.
top
Oh,
five.
so no, he's not. But let's not
Totality?
say let's not like get into all that. But I'm just saying, like when we talking about a totality of everything,
Unless it's Westbrook.
we have put Westbrook wherever you want, dude. I don't care. But I'm saying when we talking about a totality of everything, then you have to be like when it comes down to everybody, then Steve Nash is gonna drop, John Stockton is gonna drop, like, but the criteria that you put for John Stockton is the GOAT of that criteria. If you put the criteria for for Jason Kidd, and it's like how many finals did you lead your team to? Then on Jason Kidd's own criteria, then Jason Kidd is top 5 on his own criteria. So what I'm saying is be consistent with the criteria that you put out, and then we can actually judge the players. But if you're gonna put one criteria for Steve Nash, one criteria for Jason Kidd, one criteria for John Stockton, one criteria for whoever else, Russell Westbrook, then then what's gonna happen is you do that simply because you want to put the players that you like in a position that you want to put them in. So go
I'm
go
not a
with
fan
one
of Steve Nash.
criteria.
I'm not a
So
fan of John Stockton either.
I don't listen, but what you rate
Wow.
John
So
Stockton based
I'm
off
not
of?
doing that to favor them.
So I'm saying, what you base John Stockton? You have John Stockton top 5 based on what?
What he done as a point guard.
What did he do as a point guard?
He got the most assists of all time, the most steals of all time. Again, the top 5 assists, top 5 season assists. He has 4 of them. That's something to talk about.
So cool. When those 3 things that you just said about John Stockton, who else can compare to that in NBA history?
That's why Stockton.
So
That's why Stockton.
So according to that criteria, John Stockton is the GOAT point guard. According to that criteria that you just laid out.
I said.
No, I'm saying according to that criteria that you just laid out,
Okay.
John Stockton is the GOAT point guard. Now,
Okay.
what's your reason? So, what's your reason for having Steve Nash where he is?
2 MVPs.
Okay, so 2 MVPs. Now, what we have once we rate MVPs, you have Magic, you have Steph, you have Stockton, you have Russell Westbrook, you have Derrick Rose. So I'm saying you making a criteria for Steve Nash. So what I'm saying is,
I'm not. Yeah, everything I say.
So
everything I say.
What did you mention for Steve Nash? I asked, why did you have Steve Nash? And you said 2 MVPs. That's his criteria.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, if you make a criteria to favor a certain player, then yes, you justifiably have them in your top 5 because, or justifiably have them wherever you want to put them because you made a criteria just for them.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. So if you want to make a criteria for somebody, and just like Jason Kidd criteria is, oh, you got to 2 finals. That's his criteria. So I'm just saying.
Wait. The second in points, the second in assist and steals, the whole thing.
Right, second in assist and steals. So
third 3 points made.
Okay, cool. Is he third in 3 points made?
He probably 4 because of Steph, but you know.
Okay, but I'm saying the criteria that you create is for the particular player that you arguing for. So when we look at a totality of everything, then you have Jason Kidd might be 5. If we look at a totality of everything, we're gonna have, like, again, and this is when I judge everybody based on the same criteria. My criteria is going to be who led their team to a championship. That's my criteria. That's the first thing. All right. So if you was the best player, you led your team to a championship. We got Steph, Zeke, and Magic. That's top 3.
Third. Not my bad. He not third no more.
All right. So we got Steph, Zeke, and Magic. Period. That's what we have it. Now, when it comes down to players who haven't led their team to a championship, you have Chris Paul, you have Jason Kidd. That's going to be that's going to be the people who fit my criteria, because what I look at a totality of accolades. I look at your impact on winning. I look at your stats. We can look at advanced metrics. You can look at totality of everything.
Keep going. Watch how crazy it sounds.
I said totality of everything. So when I'm talking
keep
about,
going after 5. You found a way to say Chris Paul is the 4th best point guard of all time, which he didn't accomplish nearly of any of those other guys. But keep going after 5.
So cool.
No. Keep going after 5.
Wait. What didn't he accomplish?
Keep going after 5.
No, I'm asking you. What didn't he accomplish? MVP? No, he doesn't.
Okay, keep going after 5.
Derrick Rose has an MVP. What we got him at? Okay. Because MVP is worth 20 of everything else. Because once we look at Chris,
you rather all NBA or MVP.
So you picking?
I just want.
So wait. So wait. You didn't have Derrick Rose in your top 10.
I'm sorry, Derrick.
You didn't have Derrick Rose in your top 10. So that MVP. So that MVP shit is done. Get that shit out of here.
Okay, so we not worrying about MVPs.
No, I didn't say we not worrying about MVPs.
We not worrying about MVPs. Keep going.
So one.
Who's 6? Who's 7?
So I'm going to repeat my criteria for you, because you act like you.
I heard it. I want to hear the top.
So again, I'm going to repeat my criteria for you because you act like you're slow. So when I say totality of everything, we can go with totals, we can go with averages, we can go with accolades. So all NBAs, we can go with all defense, we can go with MVPs, we can go with scoring titles, we can go with assist titles, we can go with steals titles. Like, we're going with everything that this person did. We're going with defensive player of the years. We're doing everything. And we're also using their impact on winning. All right.
Okay.
So that's all of the stats. The only thing that I hold high up than anything else is leading your team to a championship. That's it. So if you led your team to a championship, we have Steph, Zeke, and Magic. Period. Then after that, we start talking about everything else, and we can even go into advanced analytics and everything like that. But
come on,
we have Chris. I didn't look at my 6 through 10, but I know I have Chris Paul, Jason Kidd is probably going to be like 5 or 6, and I have
Wait, who for?
Chris Paul.
You said 5 and 6. That's why.
No, I say I have probably Jason Kidd 5 or 6.
Okay.
Then I'm looking at probably Oscar Robinson after that. I'm probably
Gary
looking
Payton,
at him after that. No, I don't have Gary Payton up there.
He got 18 All NBAs, a defensive player of the year, steals title. Like what are you talking about?
Gary Payton has 18 All NBAs.
No, all defense and All NBAs together.
Gary Payton. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's true. Is that true?
9 all defenses, 9 All NBAs.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, so he definitely got to be in the top 10.
Oh shit! I ain't think he had that. What he got? How many second teams he got? What that is? That's first team?
No, first team he got 2.
Okay, I was just wondering because I'm like, I don't know.
It's hard to keep the same criteria the whole time.
No, I'm not saying that's not hard. Like if I wanted to really look at it and just be like, all right, let's really look at this. Let's really break this down. Then I would look at it further. But I haven't.
So you don't think you found your own criteria just like that? Like you found
because I
found
use
your
that
own criteria
because I use that for everybody.
Chris Paul the next top.
No, because I use that for everybody. If you remember in the beginning of the podcast, we was talking about where do I rank Steph, and I was like, it's hard to rank Steph when it comes down to Kobe and it comes down to Larry Bird because the first thing that I mentioned was Kobe was a two-way player.
You didn't give your rankings on that though, so that don't count.
I didn't give the rankings, but yeah. I said it's hard to say that Steph is over somebody like Kobe because Steph, when it comes down to Steph and Kobe, Kobe is a two-way player where Steph is a one-way player. When it comes down to Larry Bird for at least 4 of the years that Larry Bird was in the league, it was like between 3 and 5. Larry was an all defensive player. So then it's like, do I measure him against Tim Duncan? Because Tim Duncan is the most decorated NBA player when it comes down to all NBAs. So I mentioned that in the beginning. All right. So this is not something that's new or anything like that. It's just like you get in your feelings when we start talking Chris Paul. And that's the thing. Yeah, you want to put Chris.
I'll rank him fairly. Yo, so
you
wait.
Because Derrick Rose would be top 10 for you.
I got a question. So clearly, Tim Duncan in the totality is over LeBron James.
For his totality of for his totality of his awards.
Yeah.
Yeah, for his totality of his awards.
So in your book, Tim Duncan is second greatest of all time after Jordan?
No. I don't have Tim Duncan as second greatest of all time.
So it switches up or something? Because we going by totality.
No, because one, when it comes down to, I guess if we're looking at MVPs or anything like that, if I'm being honest, I don't think Tim Duncan deserves either one of his MVPs. I think he has 2, right? 2. He has 2, right? Yeah. I don't think he deserves either one of his MVPs. That's how I feel.
I don't think you hear yourself switching up.
Once I look at 02, because I think he has 02 and 03. He has 02 and 03, I believe. I wasn't that impressed. I know they went to the NBA Finals and they won a championship in 03, but I think that was mainly due because Shaq and Kobe was on the same team. We couldn't give them MVPs, but you know that's how I felt. Now, when it comes down to, do you feel like Tim Duncan is better than LeBron?
That's not. I mean, that's not that.
No, I'm asking you a question because you arguing against a point that you don't even believe. So I'm saying, do you think Tim Duncan is better than LeBron James?
I'm trying to figure out.
Do you think Tim Duncan is better than Kobe Bryant?
I'm trying to figure out where you stand at with these criteria because I feel like I'm trying to break down that if you say, okay, we're going to base everything off of one thing, your list is going to get to a snag.
Because
So
again,
this is why
no,
I
because
say,
again,
okay,
because
everybody has their claim to fame to get into the list. Everybody
so
has their
look,
claim to fame.
so no, look, let's do this, because when it comes down to, like, one is you have players that's going across, like you're going across positions, and we're comparing players to the same position.
Rank?
So
Do
when
we
it comes
rank them?
down, so yeah, so what I'm saying, when it comes down to ranking players in the same exact position, it's a little bit easier, because once we look at this, we can look at these things and we can look at them evenly. It's not like we're not comparing assists to rebounds or anything like that. We just look at things evenly. So when it comes down to looking at things evenly, like when we look at Chris Paul's impact on a team, like aside from the first three players who we have, because we have them as Holy Trinity, we're leaving them now. All right. Who's had a bigger impact on a team than Chris Paul?
I guess leading the finals. I guess leading the team to 2 finals don't mean shit. So
Not it again.
I
We killed that. We killed that.
I'm about
So
to answer your question.
no, I'm saying, so look, and
I was
I'm
trying
going
to
to
answer your
ask.
question.
So go ahead, answer that question, and then I'm going to ask you another question.
All right. So who has a bigger impact on their team besides the Trinity? Well, we can't say leading the finals don't count, so that don't mean nothing. Change your team, rising your team from the dead doesn't change anything. So I guess Chris Paul is the only person who ever had Chris Paul had the biggest impact on a team that never won a championship. That's because we picked apart every reason, I think.
So no, so one, like, let's look. If we're not going to be honest when it comes down to this, we don't have to have this conversation. But
If
so
I went through mine, will you pick that apart? Remember,
so no,
wait, hold up. The first thing I would have said was Jason Kidd led his team to 2 finals. You broke that apart
so no,
about 20
so
minutes
no,
ago. So no need
I'm
for me
going.
to say that.
So no, I'm gonna ask you a real question, and I want your honest answer. Do you think Jason Kidd would have led his team to the finals in the West? Honest answer.
With
I
the
don't want
Nets,
this. Yeah,
with
with the
the
Nets. With the Nets. Do you think
no,
Jason Kidd would have led?
no.
Okay. Okay. So when it comes down to their record would have made them uh probably the 6th seed in each year. So what they first round exit, second round exit, like what teams you think they beat?
Why put them in the playoffs? Where we going with this? Because
No,
I don't because
no, because I'm asking you a question. I'm asking what your
are you
opinion is on this.
trying to debunk? Are you?
No,
Because
do you think I'm
if you're
saying, do
trying
you
to
think
say
they
Jason Kidd wasn't that great, then that's
no,
fine. I get
again,
that.
I have Jason Kidd as top 5, so I'm definitely not saying that he's not
All
that
right.
great.
So what?
I
So
have
what are we saying?
so so when it comes down to Jason Kidd, if
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at players who have had the biggest impacts on their teams,
Mm-hmm.
we're looking at Chris Paul,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kidd, Steve
Mm-hmm.
Nash for as point guards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there anybody else that I'm leaving off that list?
Well, John Stockton wasn't the man, so I don't count. Russell Westbrook, I mean, he when he was the man, I
No,
don't
but I'm
count.
saying
Gary Payton, I'm not sure where we put Gary Payton at. He led his team to the finals. Down me, I mean, defensive player of the year. I don't know. I'm just listening. I don't know how we treating certain things.
all right. So you and your feelings,
How
it's
we
it's
treating
okay.
it? Like, no.
You and your feelings, because
You're
I'm
you're
asking,
you're
because
you're
I'm
you're
at
you're you're trying. Wait, this you're doing.
no,
You're
I'm
baiting me
asking.
into stuff you already went through already.
No,
So
I'm
I'm letting you
asking.
talk.
So listen. They got some food downstairs. I'm about to go eat that. I know you and your feelings. Let's listen. We could end this. I
What are
don't
you
want to hold
talking
you, my
about?
dude. I don't want to hold you, my dude.
What are you talking about?
I'm
You're
t-
trying to look. Wait. Hold on. Before you try to cut me off, as you always do. I'm saying why are you trying to walk me into debates you already debunked? All I'm gonna do is not say the ones you already debunked. You want to say who had the biggest impact besides Chris Paul? I wasn't gonna say Jason Kidd because you already went through that. Now you're saying okay, Steve Nash is the other person who had the biggest impact. And you say, are we forgetting anybody? Okay, how are we looking at John Stockton? Are we gonna really say if John Stockton wasn't there, the Jazz were gonna really be that good? Are we gonna say Gary Payton? If Gary Payton wasn't at the Sonics still been the Sonics? This the parts I don't understand. This the parts you need to walk through. Now you don't have to bait me into it.
no. So but that's not the point, or that's not really. You're not saying much, because when it comes down to
You asked me these questions though. I don't get
No,
it.
no. What I'm saying, no, because what I'm saying is, when it comes down to um, John Stockton, we know it was Karl Malone's team, right? We
Mhm.
agree with that. All right.
So,
So,
so how we judging the impact of winning?
so
Only
I'm
on
saying,
Malone?
no. What I'm saying is, when we look at impact on winning, and if you want to, we could do win shares, because that's a stat that they track. We can do win shares if you want to do that. All right. I know you don't like those, but we can do win shares. We can do PER. We can look at that. That's
So,
totality.
so
That's
Steve Nash
totality of
6 on your
stats.
list.
It's Steve Nash. So wait, I didn't finish.
That's
I
all.
didn't
Okay.
finish.
Okay.
No, I didn't finish. Um, when it comes down to, because I say Chris Paul is in a conversation with everything, and I think Jason Kidd is probably right behind him in that conversation. When we're talking about uh, best defensive point guards, you have GP. We have him number one. We have Chris Paul number two. We have Jason Kidd number three. And where is the other players that were in that conversation? Steve Nash, where is he at on this list?
You know.
He's not. All right. If we're looking at scoring, like, we can look at scoring. We can have Steph, um, Russ, Oscar, Magic, Chris Paul probably next. Maybe, yeah, Chris Paul probably next. All right. Um, for us, we already did defense. We already did like, if we did all NBAs or whatever like that. Like, if we do total overall accolades, Chris Paul is right there in the middle of everything. Like, when it comes down to Chris Paul, I'll give you some homework, because I don't want to stay on this too long. Give me a point guard who is overall more decorated than Chris Paul. And I'm not saying MVP
Nobody.
contest.
No homework. He's the most decorated point guard. I would probably pick him to start my team. Well, I pick Jason Kidd because he's bigger, but nobody. So
So
what we
so
going with?
so again, that's at the end of the day. I'm not gonna give Steve Nash like extra credit because he had a fire 3 years.
So what?
Because
What's
that's
6
that's
through
basically
10?
Steve. I'll that's my homework. I'll come back to you and give you 6 through 10.
I've been asking this for about 20 minutes, man.
No,
Sorry,
because I,
people.
I haven't I haven't I haven't looked at it to know what my 6 through 10 is. I haven't definitive looked at it to know my 6 through 10. Now let me
And you're
ask
gonna
you this.
realize
So so
you're
let
gonna
me so
switch
let
up
me
that you're
so
gonna switch up the
so let me
reasoning.
so let me ask you
You're gonna
this.
switch up the reason. I'm telling you,
So let me
the
so let me
criteria is
ask you
tough. It's the top 10
again.
for a reason.
So let me ask you this. What's your 6 through 10 in shooting guards?
Shooting guards.
Yeah.
I mean, that was way left for me. I have no idea.
Exactly. I'm saying, you won't put me on the spot and just ask me what my 6 through 10 is. I haven't thought about what my 6 through 10 is,
All right,
but
wait. How many times we talk about fucking point guards that's not even on fucking wax?
it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean like I sit here and rank my
We
point
talk
guards.
about
I
top
don't
10
do that.
point guards on a more than we
Cool,
say good morning to
cool,
each other. Man, come
cool.
on, bro. Like,
First, I never tell you good morning.
exactly.
That's
So I'm
uh,
right. Like, come on, man.
so me asking you who's 6 through 10 in point guards. That has been more than
You
we've
say
said
they
good
cooking
morning to each other.
downstairs? You say they cooking
Yeah,
downstairs?
yeah. Had a
Go
little
go
barbecue.
ahead
You
to your
did.
business, bro. You didn't rock this crowd with this nonsense for long enough. We didn't let you didn't let it, I didn't let you pull the crowd around long enough. It's almost 2 hours, man. I appreciate everybody who listening, everybody who watched, everybody who enjoyed. Shout out to everybody. God bless BLM. Shout out to shouting out. Stop hating, stop bitching. Be smart, be smart. Don't be like G. Follow the facts, people. You got anything left?
Happy Juneteenth. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. You dig? That's it. And send my boy some milk.
Happy Juneteenth, happy Father's Day, y'all. Next time.